Tonight on KGW News, Portland schools shut down for a strike for the first time in history.
Whose schools? Our schools! Whose schools? Our schools!
And teachers say they won't back down. Plus, it was a program meant to get Portlanders off the streets and into homes. But 1 year later, some say they're back where they started.
I'm actually about to be in a bigger hole than before being homeless.
And later, WNBA dreams dashed.
I haven't been this disappointed in a long, long time.
Why the league is passing over Portland, but leaving room for hope. Good evening, everyone. We begin with classes in Portland canceled for the rest of the week as teachers plan to hit the picket lines for a second day straight. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko. From what we heard today from the union, it does not appear a compromise is anywhere in sight. Alma McCarty has a look at the first day of this historic strike.
From early in the morning.
This isn't something that happened overnight. It shouldn't have come as a surprise.
Into the afternoon.
Whose schools? Our schools! Whose schools? Our schools!
Educators across Portland public schools stood outside of buildings instead of inside classrooms on the first day of the teachers' strike.
The strike's about the students. They're not getting the services that they need. They don't have the learning environment that they need to be successful in a lot of the buildings, and so that's what we're out here for. We're trying to get that for them.
Crowds covered the lawn of Roosevelt High School for a PAT press conference, where union leaders vowed not to back down.
We are sending a powerful message to PPS, to the city of Portland, to the state, that Portland communities won't settle for less than great public schools for all.
Around midday, Portland Public Schools held a briefing at the central offices, leaders putting the blame on state lawmakers for a lack of adequate funding.
You don't give us what we need, we can't get to the expectations you asked for.
This funding has not kept pace with the needs of our students, nor our educators, nor does it invest in K-12 schools at the level recommended by the state's own quality educational model.
The superintendent imploring teachers to stay with them at the bargaining table with this message for families.
We are here with urgency in this very serious matter to resolve this as soon as possible.
But until the thousands of teachers get what they consider fair, they'll continue to picket, with many supporters in their corner.
The teachers are the ones on the front lines with the students, and we respect them so much.
Means that I think we're doing the right thing and that something good is going to come out of it.
And the superintendent says that he will be keeping families in the loop for the duration of the strike, providing updates whenever possible, because he says he understands that for some families, this strike and having kids out of school can be a major inconvenience. Those are his words. And again, school will be canceled tomorrow, and there is no school on Friday. However, Friday's closure is unrelated to the strike and was already on the calendar. In North Portland, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Now, the strike has tens of thousands of Portland families looking for childcare. A few of them called Wow and Flutterville today. That is a daycare we visited in Selwood. They were able to accept some new kids and plan to open more spots as this week goes on. As for families in North Portland, Self Enhancement Inc. is ramping up services and now organizing new daytime programs.
How do families navigate this now has definitely been one thing that we've heard over and over again. Not just a place for my student to go, but a kind of the full safety net is missing, right? The extracurriculars are gone.
More organizations are also offering options for parents, including the Boys and Girls Club, Westside Dance and Gymnastics Academy in Tigard, and Oaks Amusement Park. Details are up for you at kgw.com. And because this strike likely won't end until the smallest of details get sorted out, we wanted to take a look at two of the big sticking points when it comes to bargaining: pay and class size. Our China Green breaks it down.
Yeah, so let's start with the pay. Here is what the union is asking for, and here is what the district is offering. But over time, when everything is said and done, the district says that there is a difference of over $200 million between what the union wants and what the district is offering. But the union disagrees and says they don't actually believe it's a $200 million difference. And just so you know, according to PPS, the minimum teacher salary is $50,020 a year. The maximum is $97,333 under the current contract, just to give you a certain idea of where that's at. Now let's talk class sizes. Both sides have acknowledged class size is crucial to student learning. The union wants hard caps. That means once a class is full, a student would not be able to join that class. But the district says that's not even possible. It could force the district to hire additional staff, and it could also force a student to change schools or miss a graduation requirements. Now, there's a lot more on the table here. Things like discipline, planning time, additional support staff. Both Portland Public Schools and the Portland Association of Teachers have websites outlining the proposals. If you would like more information on that, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
And stay with KGW for continuing coverage of this historic Portland teacher strike for as long as it lasts. Look for regular updates here and anytime at KGW.com and on the KGW app. Well, welcome to November, and with it, of course, comes the rain. We'll give you a live look outside on this Wednesday night and bring in Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino on this soggy state of affairs. And Matt, I'm almost afraid to ask, what are you seeing as we look toward tomorrow?
Well, you know, if I can wade through the clouds and the fog, I see more clouds and fog and a lot of rain coming our way. This is the water vapor satellite imagery. Where it's white and green, that's where the moisture profile in the atmosphere is really, really deep and really thick. And it extends from here right in Oregon to Washington, the West Coast, clear on down well to the west of Hawaii. It's not coming directly from Hawaii, but it is coming from the tropics. So we have a lot of rain coming our way courtesy of that connection. 49 degrees right now in town, still have an east wind. That east wind will hang on through the good part of the day tomorrow. And the rain is actually lightening up a little bit right now. You see it's a bit of a break to our west. Whoa, it might actually stop for a little while, but that's only because the stronger batch of rain with this front, and I hesitate to call it a cold front because there's really not much cold air behind it. It is technically a cold front, but again, it is going to focus the rain. That'll also come along with this atmospheric river and really pick up the rainfall rates overnight tonight and into the morning hours. So far, we're over half an inch, over 6/10 of an inch in Portland now. So it's just been adding up all day long. Up to an inch now at Astoria, close behind them at Tillamook, nearly an inch up at Hoquiam. So you can see it's pretty much happening as scheduled with this first atmospheric river. The second comes on shore Friday night and Saturday. However, there will be a break during the day on Friday and even tomorrow afternoon. But tonight, overnight, expect heavy rain into the early morning hours. It may move out just in time for the morning commute, but there already are flooded storm drains and intersections on the roads out there. I saw several when I was out and about earlier tonight, so look out for that in the morning. And the rivers will rise, but no major river flooding expected with this. We're not really melting any snow. And again, some breaks. We'll detail those a little bit later. David, back to you.
Yeah, good reminder to get the leaves out of your local catch basin there. Thanks, Matt. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now. The man wanted in connection with a carjacking and assault that led to a multi-county high-speed chase is now behind bars. Last Friday, police say 18-year-old Isaiah Thompson attacked a person in Seaside, stole their car, then eluded officers down Highway 26. He eventually crashed in Hillsborough and ran off. Authorities say they found Thompson last night in Washington County. He's now facing a host of charges, including attempted murder, robbery, and reckless driving. Two local leaders have thrown their hats in the ring after Congressman Earl Blumenauer announced yesterday he will not be seeking re-election next year. Multnomah County Commissioner Sushila Jayapal, who has now resigned from that position, was first to announce she is running. Jayapal has represented North and Northeast Portland on the county board since 2019. And then tonight, Gresham City Councilor Eddie Morales announced his candidacy. He's been on the city council there since 2019. Both of them are Democrats. And about 600 Kaiser Permanente imaging workers in both Oregon and Washington are now on strike. The group includes radiation therapists and imaging assistants. They join Kaiser pharmacy techs and clerks who've been striking for a month.
Nothing at a hospital happens without pharmacy or imaging workers. These people are the lifeblood of Kaiser Permanente, and Kaiser Permanente needs to deal with the unfair labor practices and bring market wages to the table.
Well, negotiations are ongoing. Kaiser has said it is committed to negotiating in good faith and coming up with a contract with wage increases and strong benefits. Imaging workers are expected to be on the picket lines through November 18th. Now to a Multnomah County program that aims to get homeless families off the streets and into stable housing. But as this program expires, some of those families are once again facing the real prospect of being homeless. The program was called Move In Multnomah. It promised more than 200 families an apartment rent-free for a year. Now the year is up and families are facing rent they just cannot afford. We heard from one woman in the program who asked to remain anonymous. She has 2 young children. She lives off food stamps and $84 a month in child support. She said in the past year she tried finding a job and going back to school, but says eventually time ran out.
It's like, oh no, I'm about to be homeless in a tent with my kids and a dog owing money to a landlord with an eviction on my record. I'm actually about to be in a bigger hole than before being homeless.
A bigger hole than before being homeless. So after KGW called Multnomah County about this mother, they extended her rental assistance for a few more months. She's getting more help also with the utility bills and avoiding eviction, at least for now.
Starting now.
You're watching KGW News, and straight ahead at 11, not the right time for the Rose City. What may have gone wrong when it came to bringing back the WNBA. And the Blazers capture another win and add another player to the injury list. Details on that coming up.